Yo, what's good YouTube? This is gonna be the contact section. Let me show you a demo what we're gonna be doing today really quickly. Okay, so let me just go into my local host, have that already started up, and we're basically gonna be using a package called email.js. So to install that, just do yarn add at email.js backslash browser. Okay, so let me just do that. And here it is just to double check the syntax that I already installed before. And let me also afterwards just start the server, okay? So basically while this is installing, you could just go into email.js, sign up, do all that, and then basically we're gonna be starting creating the IDs we need for the project, okay? So let me just sign in, okay? And I have right now an email service by Outlook, but you could add in whatever email service you want. So to add that, all you need to do is just go like Outlook, keep the service ID as it is, add your user email, like whatever email you're gonna be using for this account, and also you could use the same email you want to be sent to the service ID you're gonna be using. And just to create a service ID, you're gonna find out that on email.js it just gives you a link for whatever service you're using. So if you're using Outlook, it's gonna give you a tutorial how to create one. Okay, so I'm not gonna do that with you because I don't want to expose my email like information, but uh, basically this is gonna give you just like a simple tutorial how to create this. But I'm gonna show you a demo also. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's gonna basically just expose all my information, so I don't want to do that. But again, it's gonna give you for whatever email service just a small tutorial. You're just gonna follow it, and basically you're just gonna get the app password and add it over here. Okay, so then you're gonna find out this. You're just gonna get the service ID from here. So I already have that before, so I'm not gonna get that. But afterwards, I have the email template, and the email template, just to create one, you're gonna create a new one. Again, add in the email you want. This is just a demo email. Okay, my real one is in the old one that I made, but I'm just gonna show you one. So just make sure to add in the email you want here. Add from name here, and also let me show you the template that I made. Okay, so over here we could just get a new message from name and also get a new message from email. Okay, because we wanna like reply to the customer afterwards, so that's basically what we're gonna be using. Okay, so we could save that, and template has been added successfully. You're just gonna get the template ID from here, the new one or whatever one you want. So this is my old one. I'm just gonna keep the old one. I'm just gonna delete this one. And one last thing, you're just gonna go to personal settings, actually account, I'm sorry, and then you're gonna get your public key, okay? Your public key, not your private key, your public key. So we're just gonna get that as well. Like I said, these three keys are gonna be added over here, okay? So this is just the demo, and basically what we're doing for the demo uh, of what we're gonna be doing coding right now. I'm gonna be starting coding in just 10 seconds more. I'm sorry for explaining a lot, but this is just needed to actually use this API by email.js. Okay, so we're just gonna create a async function, and you could create just a normal function or a arrow function to do this. And we're gonna add in a container and just a form like the example over here, the React example. And we just need to add in the ref over here, which is going to be used by the useRefHook, and the useRefHook is going to be responsible for the properties of name over here and passing it as a mutable object. So that is basically what a useRef does. It's like a box, so for a mutable object in JavaScript. So even if we search, just 1 second, if we go into what's it called? Uh, 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 Yep, useRefHook, JavaScript, and the hook's API reference, okay? So if we go into useRef, basically you're gonna find out that this is just returns a mutable object of ref. Its current property is passed to the argument. This is basically what I just explained, this property over here. And the object persists for the full lifetime of the component. Even you could find like it's like a box that can hold a mutable value in this current property. So this is like what essentially it is, okay? Okay, so let's remove the code that's over here and let's start actually coding this. Okay, so we're just gonna do our FCE in our contact form component and make sure just to import this component, okay, into your contact page. Okay, just go into your contact page, and in that contact page just make sure to import your contact form like I did over here. Okay, you don't need this, but that is pretty much it. We're just going to import the contact form over here, and we're also going to import the useRef. Okay, let me start the server, and we're also going to import the MDB GUI. So here it is. I'm just going to copy and paste those, but we could import also, as you can see over here, like in the demo, email.js from the package name, which is email.js browser /browser. Okay, we're gonna first assign a const that is gonna be form. Okay, and that is gonna be using the useRefHook. Okay, afterwards we're gonna be assigning in a async function. So const send email, or let's send customer question, for example, just to make it really simple. And that is going to be an async function that's going to take a parameter of e, and let's close that. Okay, what did I just do? Okay, here it is, and that is an async function. So we're then going to use something called the prevent default, and that is a method that basically is just uh, basically says if the dispatched action, if it's not handled by the server or like by email.js API, this is gonna make this not clickable. So it's just like, so here it is, like, so if invoked when the cancelable attribute is true and while existing a listener for the event with passive set to false, this signals to the operation that caused the event to be dispatched that it needs to be canceled. So basically it just cancels this whole async function, okay? In case it doesn't work. So basically why we passed it, okay? Okay, we're also gonna be using the email.js. Let's set it up right now. Dot send form, and we're gonna need three things basically. That is gonna be form.current and these two strings I just mentioned, and just another string over here. Okay, and let me just get my old comment from the demo over here. These are the three things I mentioned, the API keys we needed, that I told you we needed at the beginning of the tutorial. So that is why I told you just to copy and paste those. So if you did that before, that is fine. You can just continue. If you have not, just make sure to go back and just get those. And like I said, I already have them over here. So I'm just gonna get them from over here, okay? We also need to pass in something called .then, and we're gonna map over the result, okay? And afterward, we're gonna display. Uh, we're actually not gonna display it. We're just gonna be consoling.log the result if it works or not. So console.log the result, what's it called, results, just the result, and dot text. Okay. Again, let's go to the documentation over here if we get sidetracked or anything. Okay, so this is where we pass in the dot then. We already passed that actually, and what we need to do right now is actually pass in just the if there is an error. Okay, so let's do that. All right, error, and then we're gonna map over it again and console.log the error dot text. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the async function in terms of just setting up the email.js. What we need to do right now is just something else that I added. So basically, if the result, and bear with me, is just result.text is equal to the OK, which is basically this console.log. So this, if this result.text is equal to OK, we wanna alert the user the result.text plus we could add an empty string in over here and then add in another message, or actually no, that's gonna bring us a string concatenation, so we don't need that. So just one string, so result.text plus uh, uh, your message has been sent successfully to OZGym 2022. Not, we don't need that 2022. Okay, we will reply in 3 days, for example. All right, and else, so if that does not work, we could just alert, sorry, your message didn't go through. Try contacting us directly. Please try contact us. All right, so else we're just gonna alert the user that that did not work. Okay, so let me just go into the uh, contact form right now. We don't have anything in the GUI right now. So actually, I'm not gonna waste your time by doing the GUI, but I'm gonna explain what I did in the GUI, by the way, okay? So let me just get the normal form actually over here. Let's start by a normal form over here. So basically, we're just gonna do the same example that we did over here. Form, that's gonna take the ref of form, and on submit, that is gonna be equal to send the customer question. We're gonna add in a label, just a normal form, label of name, label of email as well. We could just copy and paste those. I could just copy and paste my old form over here, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna continue with you guys. Here it is, another input, and we're gonna give it the name of, remember the template, email template that we created before? So basically, you see this from name. This is what we want. This is the property we want to pass in. Okay, so from name, this is for basically the name, and we're gonna give it the placeholder to enter name here. Okay, and let's actually use the MDB input. So we just are gonna use that instead of the normal input. That's what I used. We're also gonna use in an MDB container. Okay, and we're gonna give it the just the class, the property of responsive, or actually fluid, which makes it responsive. Um, Okay, so name from name, placeholder equal, enter name here. Type is going to be equal to text. So type is going to be equal to text. And one last thing, we're going to add in required. Let's actually copy and paste this over here and just change from name to from email and enter email here. One last thing, we're just going to add in the message. Okay, so I have the message, and inside that message label, we're just going to add in not another input, we're going to use something called a text area, okay? So that text area is going to take something called a ta, and that is just basically a JavaScript property that we could add in CSS styles. Where, by the way, this is not like recommended at all to use the tile like JavaScript over here, because it's just gonna make your like project have a lot of more properties over here. Like it's gonna be crazy. So you could use just a CSS file for that. But since that we just need one literal change, we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be resize of none. Okay, and that is gonna basically, if we go into the localhost 3000, let me just save that. Okay, so here it is. We have a really simple one for now. We if we just remove this resize one, we're gonna find out that the text message is gonna have this like really annoying uh resize one. So I don't think users want that. So I'm just gonna change that, and we'll just refresh the page. And here it is. It's not resizable, so we could just add in the message over here. What else I'm just gonna add an h1 over here, and I'm gonna give it the class name of text dark, and I'm gonna add in here contact, and then I'm gonna open up a span. What the hell is this? Just a span, and I'm gonna give it the class name of a text of info, and I'm just gonna fix the syntax over here. Okay, I just need to add in here us, so contact us. We're also gonna finish the form, guys. We're just gonna add in a button, okay? So I'm just gonna add in an MDB button. And why are we adding this? Just to pass in the form basically, and all actually the like this async function we're just gonna basically use it over here. So on click, send the customer question. Okay. What else? We could give it, I don't want to add rounded over here, but I just use the color of info, and let's add in message or message us. Okay, here it is. We could just also get the jumbotron that we have over here. I'm not gonna waste your time by doing this. This is honestly like there's an example on MDB React just to how to do it. Okay, so here it is. So basically it's just telling you that just we need to like assign this div over here, and we're giving it the like this background just to work with the MDB like styling system. So we could just return that between the container and the contact form. I'm just gonna copy and paste this because this is gonna waste your time. Basically, you could do this on your own because the code over here is just like here it is. This is just some GUI, so I don't really think that it's like necessary to do all of this. But we could like I just copied this area over here and I just changed a little bit in it. Okay, so I have right now this simple jumbotron over here, and let's give it also just a padding y of 5. Okay, I actually need to do one last thing. I just need to add in a class name over here of padding y of 5. Yeah, here it is. So just the contact form could have a little bit uh style over here. And also let's add in one last thing over here. So why is it doing like this? There's something. Oh, okay. We don't want actually this container to be fluid. Actually, we want it to be just a normal container, so we have that, yeah, like that box sizing. Okay. So let's actually try the form right now. I think we're done actually. So we just have an error over here. So type error E is undefined. Okay, so what did I do wrong in the async function over here? Okay, so I defined the E. Why is it giving me uh, uh why is it giving me an error over here? That's weird. Okay, so it's just giving me a line 9 right now. E is undefined. While I have it over here. What? Okay, so I think there's something wrong. Maybe you could just like copy this old one over here. It's literally the same thing, but it just looks a little bit weirder. I don't know why. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. So let me just do this. And that, we could just change that to form action. Okay. And that is gonna be form action. I'm just gonna get the old one, you guys. So form action and just send email info because I copied the old one. So actually, no, I'm not gonna copy the old one. I'm actually gonna fix that with you guys. So let me just check out what's happening. Like, why isn't giving us the error? Let's just try sending something with it. Okay, at email.com. Let's just continue for now. Okay. So just make sure to have the input type in the email to be email, by the way. Okay, and let's message us right now. Okay, so again, type error. Where's that? What the heck is happening? Okay, so align. Okay, so it gave us actually okay. I don't know why these weird errors are happening. Like for real, honestly, like I use the same logic over here. Like giving me just some weird errors right now. So I'm just gonna ignore them for the moment. I'm gonna check out right now. Okay, so the test one works as you can see. Let's actually do that another time. So email, and let's actually name it John Doe, and then John Doe's updated email at email.com. So sorry if it's taking a little bit long, guys. Test 2222. Clear message. Okay, so again, go back over here, and we're done. So that is going to be basically the contact form, you guys. What is really left is just the form and the social media. Again, if you want to do this on your own, this is going to be GUI, so this is very simple. But I'm going to do that for you in the next video. And finally, I'm going to be doing the footer. And basically, we're going to map over objects in the footer to get the links over here. Okay. And the links and the membership cards. And finally, we're going to be deploying the website, all right? And we're going to be fixing also all the errors over here. I'm just going to make sure that there are no errors over here. So just make sure you guys that, okay, just to check out if there are any errors and fix them and when we are going to be deploying, okay? So see you guys in the next video. This was Angle. Peace.